Hello everyone, my name is barryanakbarim and this is the barryanakbarim podcast, bringing you real life stories from real people. Welcome to the podcast, and if this is your first time, thank you for hanging out with us, and do check the previous videos with my interesting guests. Available now on YouTube, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Today on the 11th episode of the podcast, I'm joined with an interesting young lady who's a writer, loves nature, makes drawing out of passion and enjoys playing music. Talk about an all-rounder content creator here. So, without further ado, let's welcome Kedung Ballang.
Hello, hi.
Hey, what's up? How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
How's life? What did you? I mean, we've talked about this yesterday, but just fill us again, lah. Like, what did you do last night and all that?
So I had an eventful weekend.
Mhm.
I went out with some friends, and then yesterday I had a barbecue with some family members.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean nothing wild or in particular.
Yeah.
Just right now it's all about family and close friends times. Yeah.
True. I mean, the older you get, right, the more you're like, nah, I'm just want to chill with my family.
Yeah, that's just where I am right now.
Yeah.
Now it's very like people are very hard to find me nowadays. Back then people would like call me up and said, hey, let's hang out, but
Yeah.
now it's like I'll give it a second thought.
Yeah. Probably the age is kicking in here, lah. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
we can't stay young forever.
Yeah. True. Yeah. So Kedung, thank you so much for saying yes to the podcast on the 11th episode of the podcast. It's a great honor to have you here, and yeah, I mean, thank you.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I mean, it's anything to help like fellow content creators out.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Kuching,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. True,
I don't
true.
mind sparing my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so for the show, I always kickstart with this one, lah. Tell us what you're wearing today.
I'm wearing clothes.
Hey, wearing clothes. Yeah, we had that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm wearing baju.
I'm wearing baju.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not really a fashionista, so I usually go for something that's comfortable. So, like in this instance, I'm just wearing a crop top and jeans. Yeah, just that.
H&M.
Yeah,
Uniqlo.
the jeans is from H&M. The top is from Cotton On, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I mean, I would either thrift my items or I would go for these outlets because I'm a very boring person. So I don't know where to buy my stuff.
Hey, no, I don't see that as boring because that's the go-to lah. If you want to buy clothes, it's either Uniqlo, Cotton On, H&M. Sometimes Padini.
Yeah. Padini is good though.
Yeah,
Like
Padini
sometimes I buy my clothes there as well.
Yeah,
And then they're quite affordable as well. Yeah.
Okay, enough of the clothes because I can't stop staring at your tattoos. I love your tattoos, man. Talk to us about your tattoos, like especially on the right.
The one on my.
Yeah.
So this one is quite new. This one is done by Nelson Ten.
Shout out Nelson.
So I'm supposed to get it colored very soon, and because I've actually been wanting to get a quarter sleeve tattoo for quite some time. For many years actually.
Quarter sleeve.
Yeah, like this is
Nice.
considered
Yeah,
a quarter sleeve. Yeah,
sleeves,
because I don't plan to extend it beyond my elbows.
Right.
And then but like for the longest time I've actually wanted to do an anime concept kind of thing going on because I've always loved anime, but like generally people see anime as like it's like a childish thing, you know, like some people will be saying they're just cartoons. I mean it's valid. I mean, you need to have a lot of time to actually keep up with the episodes, or if you read the manga you have to so like right now I don't have the time for that. So but the ones on my arms are the ones on my arm, one of the character is her name is Urza. So she's from Fairy Tail. So Fairy Tail is like the OG anime that I kept up, and I remembered reading and watching Fairy Tail since I was in high school. Like it's like the first anime I actually followed, and then I followed all the way up until its finale. And then when it was in its finale, I was already in university, So, and then the one on below is another character. It's quite popular now. I think it's called Jujutsu Kaisen. Yes. Her name's Maki. And then I was actually drawn to her because she was quite similar to the character from Fairy Tail, like Urza, because they are both quite how they they are made in a way that they are very like strong women, very leader like, very they're can I say this? They're like very badass, you know? Yeah. So yeah, and then the one in my inner arm is she's from an anime called Kimetsu no Yaiba, or people call it in English is Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah, but actually it was more like for aesthetic reason, because there was no particular character in that anime that I was really drawn to, like Maki and Urza, but I just felt it was too empty. It's like I need another character. So I was like going through all different animes. Like I've watched, and then the only one that suited the personality of the previous two characters was this particular character. Like her name is Shinobu. So she's a what is she? Is she like a Hashira or something? An insect Hashira, something like that lah.
Yeah.
So when I went up to Nelson and then I said I want to get an anime sleeve done, and then he said, it's like yeah sure. He said yeah sure, but I've never done a colored anime sleeve before. So it was I'm his first client to request for this.
Nice.
Then but I mean he is a professional tattoo artist, so I should not doubt him. Then I know he does colored tattoos very well. So when he did this, and then he was actually quite proud of it. He was like, "Wow, this is gonna turn out really nice." So he was like, he's actually looking forward for the coloring part, which is something I'm actually dreading because it's so painful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean,
when can we see the final?
The estimation because the next session will be finishing up the first two characters on my outer arm. Then the last session will be the one in my inner arm. So it's gonna take at least 2 months plus for it to really finish.
2 months plus.
Yeah, I mean like until it's healed up and things like that. Because Nelson said the earliest he can finish this is by October, but realistically speaking, it could be by November.
Oh,
so, yeah,
November.
Because you need to have times. Because this is my first tattoo that I have to do by sessions. Because all my previous tattoos I've done, they were all done in one go. So this is the first time I've experienced doing something that you have to wait by session. Like you have to wait three weeks. There's like a 3 weeks interval for it to heal up. So and then I asked Nelson like, what if we just proceed doing all 3 characters on the second session? Then he was like saying, "You crazy? This can take days. You're gonna do it." I was like, "Oh, okay, you know what? Never mind. Let's just do it by the next 2 sessions." So it's like the sleeve thing was it's like an impulsive thing, because I never actually planned to do it. I never, because as I got older, like it was still lingering in my mind, but I just did not act on it because I thought like it's a childish thing. But then Nelson was saying like, you can like something for its art, just as long as you don't get to some. I mean, I'm not generalizing all anime fans or whatever. But there's like a small percentage. They are too into that world. So Nelson was saying like, if you just as long as you're not up until that level, then I said, no man, I mean I love anime. I love the art and everything like that, but I don't think I'm gonna be up to that level where how Nelson described like that small percentage of anime fans.
I understand.
So like that's why I ended up just getting an anime quarter sleeve, because I was thinking about what Nelson said. He didn't mean it in a negative way. He was like a playful banter. It's like, aren't you too old to be into this kind of stuff?
Right.
And then I said, I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can have a hobby. Like one of my hobbies is watching anime. If I have the time, and then I just happen to like the aesthetic of it, like the art style, things like that. I mean, I'm an artist. I like to draw, so most of my drawings are inspired from anime. So I was thinking, like, why the heck not? I might as well just do a sleeve, because I was thinking about doing this for like I think around 10 years.
Long time.
Yeah, it's a very long time, because I was fearing of the judgment. Like people would think like, oh, what the heck? She has this kind of tattoo. But then or I do have friends around me, you know, they are casual anime watchers. You know, they have other hobbies as well, but they just happen to like anime, like Naruto or One Piece. I have a friend who has a Sasuke on his arm.
Cool.
So I mean, your interest in things that is usually stereotypically looked at by people for kids. You get what I mean? I mean, it doesn't. Just because you've reached a certain age doesn't mean that
you cannot enjoy it.
Yeah, you cannot enjoy it. It doesn't mean that you cannot watch it or anymore, things like that. So and then I was thinking, like, I might as well do it now and get the sleeve done. Otherwise I'll regret not doing it, like on my deathbed.
Because I'm sure you have this regret, I don't know, when you grow old and like, why didn't I do my tattoo when I was young?
Yeah, exactly. Then I mean, imagine I had all these years to think about to actually do the sleeve, but I never got to do it because of that previous judgment I was afraid of. But then now I'm just thinking, screw it, I'm just gonna do it. You know? So,
I mean, not only about tattoos. I've been saying this a lot on my podcast, but then it's about taking the first step that's scary. But once you're doing it, you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna do it.
Exactly. I mean, it's people always say, you have to wait for something to have meaning. And then I learned this from another artist friend of mine. He used to be my sifu because I used to be an apprentice at his tattoo studio. So he was like saying, if you don't know what to get, don't get. If you want to get it, just get. It doesn't have to have meaning. So if it's aesthetically pleasing to you, then just get it. Just screw it. Just get it. Like mine is just, I just happen to like these shows. I grew up with one of them.
Right.
And I just like how they are designed. So I'm just gonna get them. Exactly.
I mean, do whatever makes you happy, man, at the end of the day. Right. So, Kedung, thank you for the anime 101 class. Something that I've learned today. Something new. Okay. 5 things you cannot leave the house without. What are they?
5 things.
5 things.
Okay. The basic ones we have, of course, I need my wallet because it has my identity card inside there.
Of course.
My handphone. My pod.
Okay. What brand?
What is this?
Astro.
Is it?
I don't know.
This one is Nevox.
Okay, Nevox.
I mean, it's I don't really follow up with all these pod types. I just happen to see if it looks nice and it's functional. I'll just buy it.
Just buy it lah. Okay,
Okay.
What's
But
your flavor?
I've been using the same flavor for the past 3-4 years.
Serious?
The same one,
Wow.
It's vanilla tobacco.
Oh.
I have never switched to a different flavor up until today.
Vanilla tobacco.
Because I used to smoke, but I've always planned to stop smoking.
Right.
But I mean, it was possible for me before. But then when I entered university, I started smoking again because stress. And then right before I graduated, a friend of mine introduced me to pod. And I asked him, is it like a vape? And he said, yeah, something like a vape, but it's like smaller. And then it's like when you suck the vapor, it feels more compact compared to a vape. So when I tried it, I'm like, ooh, I was blown away. So I bought it. I forgot what was the brand, but it's Smoke. I mean the brand was Smoke. It's like a small square one. And then I just unintentionally, accidentally just stopped smoking.
Nice.
I mean, because I was so occupied with the pod, I ended up just forgetting to buy cigarettes.
Nice.
And then the existing cigarettes I had at that time, they just like masuk angin in my bag. So nyaman gitu. So from there I knew like, oh wow, I just stopped smoking. So I haven't smoked for like 4 years already.
Nice. Congrats on that.
Like I mean, talking about like kicking away any nicotine addiction. I was actually worried that the same thing would happen to me if I pod. So I did an experiment a few times to see if my body craves for it. So the first time was I stopped vaping for a week. But that was because of I had my wisdom tooth extracted, so I couldn't vape or whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, if I was totally fine, I was not cranky or anything.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when I go to work, sometimes I know it's supposed to be a must thing to bring with me, but sometimes I do forget.
Yeah.
So I would unintentionally leave my pod at home,
Nice.
and then I will have to be at the office not vaping.
Yeah.
But somehow I'm just fine. So I don't know, maybe because of the choice of my flavor, I guess, because the ones I buy are the ones that don't have the nicotine inside there. Yeah. So it's like,
you can actually survive a day without it.
yeah, I can.
Yeah,
I can.
nice.
So it's more of like, it's just more of it's a personal preference that I want to pot.
Correct.
Yeah. So if I choose to one day not vape, then I'll just screw it lah.
Nice.
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
So the flavor of my choice is vanilla tobacco.
Vanilla tobacco.
The irony is that I stopped smoking because of that flavor, vanilla tobacco.
Yeah, vanilla tobacco.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's item number 3. You have 2 more.
2 more.
They cannot live without.
I have to bring my water bottle, but I didn't bring it today.
Okay.
Yeah, but usually whenever I go out, like literally everywhere I go,
Right.
but I will leave it in the car. But if I go out anywhere, I would bring like 1 bottle of water. Yeah, because this habit started from office actually, because my office has a water dispenser. We have mugs.
Yeah.
So usually I would get water from I get a mug and fill it with a cup of water, and I'll just drink it throughout the day. And then my colleagues started to buy sippy cups, like the bottles, the one with the you can suck the water out. So they started to buy it one by one, and I was so tempted to get one for myself. So I bought myself one, and the rest was history. So now it's like it's already a habit, you know. Every time, like if I'm at work or if I'm even gaming or if I'm out driving, I will just drink water. So yeah, it actually is a good habit, like, because it keeps me hydrated. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. That's item number 4. Last one.
What is the last item I
The
usually
last
bring?
item. Yeah.
Wow. What do I usually bring besides those?
Do you bring tissues?
No.
Okay.
I'm one of those very sad women that have to rely on other women for tissues.
Yeah. There's another one in the room who doesn't bring tissues.
Really? Okay, at least I'm not alone, thank God.
Yeah. Okay.
I think my lip balm. Yeah, I usually can I put 2 of them together? Lip balm and eye drops.
Sure,
those 2. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, lip balm is because my lips get dry,
Yeah.
and eye drops. I need to use eye drops because my work needs me to be in front of the PC, in front of the monitor all day.
Yeah.
So I need to like basahkan mata,
I see.
so that I don't get dry eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice. Okay. 6 items lah. Senang cerita. 6.
Okay lah, let's make it 6 lah.
Alright. Okay, cats. Are you into laksa or kolomi? I need to know this first.
Oh, I love both, man. I can't make a decision.
Okay, choose one. Best kolomi then. Stall.
Oh, there's a lot. Okay.
Your personal preference lah.
Been to a lot of kolomi stalls, but right now, as of now, okay, because you know what I would answer today could be different in 5 years' time.
Yeah.
So right now, there's this one kolomi stall. It's at Maleha there.
Ooh.
So it's at Mali Cafe. The stall, the lady who works there is actually a friend of mine.
I see.
Yeah. So whenever I order kolomi from her, she would usually put in the keropok babi.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, inside there.
That's
and then maybe because we know each other, so if I request, but she will memang put it inside there even if I don't request for it.
Right.
But let's say I want more minced pork, then I will ask dapat si tambah daging hicang lebih sikit. Then she will actually do it. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like it's heaven, you know.
Should.
But yeah, and then controversial take, I like my kolomi putih.
Huh?
Yeah. I used to love kolomi merah when I was younger, like when I was in high school and when I was in primary school. But I don't know why. I just started to prefer white kolomi. Maybe because because kan mun merah it has the char siu sauce, right?
Right.
So it's sweet.
Yeah.
And then they put in the red meat and everything. So it's overpowering for me. So it's overwhelming. So I ended up going for kolomi putih, but maintaining the just nice the taste of the char siu meat and everything else. So yeah, up until today I get white kolomi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should try white kolomi.
Yes,
then.
you should. You're missing out a lot.
Yeah, I think I should.
Mm.
All right. So yeah, we were talking about your favorite kolomi. Let's go on the laksa stall. Where is your
Laksa.
favorite?
Right now, there's this one laksa stall that I think is nice. It's at Padungan.
Chongchun.
No, it's not Chongchun. I mean
Okay.
Chongchun, okay,
Yeah.
But there's this one particular shop. I don't know the name of the the kopitiam because it's like a Chinese, it's like a Chinese name, but it's the one not far from. It's not far from. There's this one bookstore that it's a cafe bookstore, so it's not far from there. So yeah, but it's at Padungan area. If you see like a kopitiam with the sign, with like it's a red sign and it has the word dim sum on it, I think. Yeah, that's the one.
Padungan.
Yeah, it's in Padungan.
Area redneck kah?
No, it's not too. It's quite far from Redneck. Like if you go to Padungan, if you entered, if you enter that lot where what's the name of that lot? No ada. This is the cat statue.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kapit Hotel.
Yeah, if you but not from Kapi Hotel. If you enter from the other way, from the roundabout.
Okay.
So if you enter
From the arch.
Yes, from the arch.
Okay,
If you enter from the arch, it will be on your left side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right at the corner, is it?
I think so. Yeah. I think it's like it's just before the corner. Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, you can immediately tell that's the kopitiam I'm talking about if you see it, and you see the red sign.
Okay.
And then usually what they do is they will have like chairs and tables outside the coffee shop.
Okay.
So you can see, and then there'll be like a laksa stall there. It's like nang depan mata.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Opposite home cook.
Yes.
Okay.
Opposite home cook.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I know this stall.
Yeah.
Travelers Cafe something.
No, it's like this is Travelers Cafe, right? I think so. I mean, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But opposite of home cook, there's like a kopitiam, right? You just go down again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You if one day you just drive around and you happen to pass the area, you just see and say, oh, I think this is the one that Cats is talking about.
Okay. Boleh.
Yeah,
Can
can.
try. Okay. Alright. So before we start, may mau tambah one more shot. Not sponsored, but we're having gin and tonic today.
I love the fact that I've been drinking the whole weekend.
I mean, dayak apa?
Dayak dan alkohol berpisah tiada.
Yes. DBNA. Dayak bidayah nokak.
No.
You want to add yours?
I'm good for now. Later I
Good
tambah.
for now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Just let me know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, where's my tonic? Okay. So yeah, I mean, if you're non-Muslim and if you're a guest, expect this to happen. We have alcohol, we have booze on my podcast. So
Yeah. I mean, it helps break the ice rather than you just sit there awkwardly and
True.
True. I mean, if you want me to be honest, like I produce videos at my workplace,
Right.
and then they involve alcohol. Out of all the videos that we do, those that involve alcohol is like the easiest for me to host.
Correct.
Yeah, because it just makes you open up more.
Correct.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, that's why I have my alcohol around when I have my guests with me for my podcast. Because, like you said, it makes things easier to open up things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people, they're still rigid, you know,
Correct.
if they don't have something for them to drink and make them open up. Because some people, they need a little bit of boost from booze to help them to be comfortable around people. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, true. Yeah, alcohol is life. Cheers.
Cheers. Nice.
Cheers. Okay. Let's move on. Let me check. All right. Cats.
Yes.
How did you discover your passion with arts, especially in drawing?
Wow.
Let's go down memory lane.
This one, I can't exactly say how old I was, but I remember my earliest memory, and I was already drawing things on my dad's notebooks on the walls. Very typical children's stuff.
Right.
But I was from a family that we were comfortable enough to have Astro, because back then it was not something that was everybody could afford to have.
Correct.
So I was exposed to cartoons such as from channels like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel.
Right.
So a lot of my inspiration from starting to draw was because I was exposed to these kinds of cartoons from these channels. So I was into Kim Possible. I was into Powerpuff Girls. And it totally Spice. Yeah, I was really into those kind of things.
Kim Possible.
Yeah. So like I was into like the action kind of cartoons.
Right.
And then I started to practice drawing the characters from I don't know if my memory serves me correctly or not, but I think we had like every month I think we would receive like some kind of magazine from Astro. I'm not sure whether if my memory serves me right. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. So they would have like pictures of cartoons that would be showing on the channels. So I would trace I would trace and I would try to learn to draw. And then there was some segments on one of the channels. I forgot which one. I think it was Disney Channel. They actually had short segments of how to draw certain characters. I remember there was one segment where they were showing how to draw Lilo from Lilo and Stitch.
Nice.
So I was actually like, when I saw that, I would immediately take any nearest piece of paper and then get a pen or a pencil, and I would just like follow along and draw.
Through the TV?
Yes.
Whoa.
So I would watch how they do it. And then there was also another show. It was called Art Attack.
Oh,
yeah.
Art
So
Attack.
So that was, it was like, oh wow, I can even do more than that,
Yeah.
And then I got exposed to anime when I was around 11 or 12 years old, I think, because by then I moved to Kuching because I was originally from Miri. So we didn't have Astro back then when we moved here. And then I didn't demand or anything. I just like, okay, let's just watch like normal TV, like NTV7, things like that. And then my mom decided to get Astro because my late grandmother, she moved with us, and then she was complaining like, oh, there's nothing to watch on TV. So my mom was like, okay lah, we'll get Astro for you. So one of the package was she got like the free package, so I couldn't watch cartoons anymore because the cartoon channel was not under the free package. But they gave Animax for free. So Animax is like an anime channel. Animax, so that was my only source of cartoons. If I were to watch them after I come back from school, because if I wanted to watch cartoons on the generic channel like NTV7, things like, there's a certain time where they will come out. So the only channel that I could watch cartoons was Animax. So I would open Animax and then what kind of cartoon is this? I've never seen this before. So I was very mesmerized by the art style, because like the difference between, for this is how I see it, the difference between cartoons and how people draw manga characters is very different. It's like the difference is light and day.
Correct.
So cartoons, like, they're drawn exaggerated. They have a way how the characters are drawn. Whereas for like manga characters, like manga on print, they are drawn. I mean, they have the human anatomy going on, but it's just like the face, they look very appealing. And then I want to learn to draw like that. So what I would do was, back then my mom installed internet. Back then the internet was called Jaring ba. Jaring. Is it Jaring?
TM.
TM. So there was no such thing as TM. There was no such thing as Unify or Streamix was not even a thing back then. Correct. So I would go on like websites that would take forever to load, just to find pictures of anything that is anime. Like, I would just randomly search up an anime, show. I don't even watch that show. Like, I would just see it on Animax. It's like, they would show like promotional videos, and if I really like that style of drawing, I will see the name of the anime. Then I will go on Google and search, and I'll print them out, and then I will trace and draw. So I only stopped drawing anime related art styles when I was in high school because I wanted to go for a more American comic approach because that was the era where I felt, whoa, DC Marvel is superior. So I would go to night markets. They would sell magazines like cartoon comics. They're second-hand comics like, 'cause the ones with the covers ripped off, but they will still they'll still keep the pages intact. So I would buy Marvel comics, DC comics for like berapa ringgit ja. But the main purpose I would buy them is just for me to trace the characters, for me to learn how to draw that kind of style.
Right.
So I was drawing a lot of American cartoon inspired there was an American cartoon inspired thing going on lah when I was in high school. And then fast forward to when I was in a young, I was already like an adolescent, a young lady. And then I got sucked into this world of tattooing. So one of my relatives, he's a tattoo artist. One of my relatives actually recognized my talent. That's what he said. Like I quote, like, "Oh, you're really good at drawing." Then he said, "Why don't you try being a tattoo artist? You can be my apprentice. I can teach you." Then I was interested. So he told me whatever I know about drawing before this. He meant it in the nicest way possible, but he said okay, just throw it out the window for a while. He said, because you need to practice a certain way how to draw things that are suitable for tattooing. So that's when I learned there was things called American traditional, neo-traditional, all these things. So I was like, oh wow, there's a specific way how to draw that is suitable for tattooing. So I learned how to draw those kind of artworks, those illustrations. And then he was traveling around a lot, so he couldn't get me to follow him around because as an apprentice you should be following. But I couldn't go move around a lot, so I decided to step back. And then another friend of mine suggested me to go to someone else. So you already have you just started, it's sayang ba if you don't try to pursue it. So she suggested me to go to another friend of hers, and I went there, and then back to basic. I learned how to draw, but the problem was because I was so into my own style. Sometimes I thought I would be drawing let's say I'm drawing a neo-traditional lady. There's a way how you draw it, there's a way how you shade it. But maybe because I was still stuck in my way of drawing, sometimes it doesn't look right. So I had problems in those areas. And then my tutors, my friends, I would call them my friends lah. They were really nice about it. They really had faith in me. I was only in the studio for 3 days as an apprentice. 3 days, they already asked me to tattoo someone.
Nice.
And then I was actually quite afraid because I've never tattooed anybody before. And then the only experience I've had was tattooing on a piece of fruit, literally for me to practice. So to draw on to tattoo on somebody, it makes me feel this is not something you can erase if you screw up, So I my friend offered his skin as a canvas. So I just it's just a small little piece, and then from there they were encouraging me to tattoo more people. And then I felt like isn't this too soon? But then my friends were like, well, you have to practice because different tattoo studios have different ways how they practice ba. So maybe for my case that was how they thought I would do better if I practice on real people who consent to get themselves tattooed by me. And then it went on for a while, and after that I had to stop because I was getting my degree, and because I was getting my degree I cannot go to the studio often anymore. So I was on a break for a few years, And then by that time, my other cousin, my other relative, he's an uncle of mine. He's also a tattoo artist, but he's like a super senior. He's been tattooing for like over 20 years. He just came up to me, "Wait, what are you doing right now?" And I said, "Oh, I'm not doing much. I'm just waiting for my internship," like that. And he said, "Do you want to tattoo with me?" Like, oh my god, not this again. So imagine I have like three different tattoo artists as my tutors, you know. So and then in between that, another guy from another tattoo studio actually asked me to be an apprentice at their studio. But by the time he offered me, my uncle already offered to me. So I felt bad if I would to ditch my uncle who offered me first. So I had to decline that guy's offer. So I ended up going to my uncle. And then from this one, I had to learn how to do like tribal kind of illustrations, you know, drawing all those orang ulu, those iban. So I struggled in the area because I believe my area of expertise is I'm good at drawing humans, like the human body, things like that, faces. But I'm not good at drawing patterns. Like patterns for me, it's like it's out of the window. I can't do that.
I see.
So my task was I had to draw the same pattern like 10, 20 times. Like the same one. I have to repeat the same thing to get my muscle memory going. But there's one good thing also I learned from that, because until now, if I want to just randomly draw something tribal, let's say I want to do an orang ulu motif, I just somehow know how to start it already. But I mean, it's not something that I want to do, but let's say I just like I feel like drawing this, so it would just become a muscle memory. So it's in a way it's a good thing also. My uncle asked me to do all that practice. True. So and then I only started going, and then from there I stopped attending the tattoo studio because to make it easy. And then the irony was I knew about this because my own tattoo artist who did my arm recently, because I was telling him about this, and then he said, "I know what's actually your problem. You didn't know what you want. Like I didn't know what I really want for myself." So and then we were talking about it. Then I said, I think I was trying to find an identity as an artist. Like, where do I draw the line? Where do I want to fall in? Do I want to be this kind of artist? Do I want to be a tattoo artist? Do I want to be, you know, this? So it was like it was along the years, you know, I was like dabbing into different styles of drawings. I even went into tattooing, but I still did not feel, is this really what I want to do? I mean, it was a nice experience, and you know, I'm very grateful for all my friends who helped me along the way to try to get me to be a proper tattoo artist. But I feel like it was just not for me. Because there's a lot of restrictions like I wish to do but I can't do. So that was one of the reasons why I stopped tattooing. Even until today, people ask me like, "Do you still tattoo?" And I'm like, "Oh, I left that field years ago."
Right.
So,
When was the last tattoo session that you had?
That I tattooed, I think the last person I tattooed was around 2018. Like I helped to do a back piece for somebody. So, but it was an Iban back piece lah. I it was not my design. I just helped to do the packing. I mean to color in the That was the last time I tattooed someone. And then 2019 I tried to go back to my roots lah, konon. I started to like, I thought, okay, I've learned all this from these years of experience with these guys. Maybe I can try mixing it up with my own style of drawing.
Right.
So I did a lot of Borneo related art styles. You know, I knew some people who would come up to me and say, "I like your drawings, the one that you drew of I like how you draw Bidayu people, I like how you draw Iban people, Orang Ulu people." And then I'm like, "Oh, usually we bought your merchandise, we bought your artworks when there are events." So I only started to got go into anime again recently, like just recently. Yeah, like start drawing anime fan art, because the first time I
Before that, before we go to the anime side, I want to know the first tattoo that you did.
me,
Yeah.
wow, from 0 to 100. Which one? I mean, like on myself or on other people?
On other people. As an artist, what
the
was the first tattoo?
The first tattoo, it was like, I don't it was a Buddhist swastika.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not the it's not that other swastika, but it's like the religious one.
Yeah.
So because it was a very small one. It's a very small one. It's a very it was very tiny. So that was the one that my friend was like, okay, just tattoo this on me.
Yeah.
So I tattooed that. So I've also tattooed I've tattooed tribal stuff as well. I've tattooed my own drawings as well. What else? Usually just that lah. I mean, it was a very long time ago. I've done some wordings as well. But to be honest, I did not fully explore other kind of styles, because I was usually jumping around a lot with different tattoo artists who were supposed to tutor me. So obviously everyone has a different style of teaching their students. So I could not bring what I knew from my previous teacher to this teacher. I could not bring what I knew from my previous teacher to another teacher. So I had to, like, everything start from 0, 0, 0. So I could not really explore much on other kind of styles that I really wanted to do. So I was mostly on tribal. I've only done wording, words, and what else? Some ornamental as well, because they're just because they're just patterns. Yeah. But coloring, no, not that I'm aware. I don't think I've done any coloring before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Because my skills were still limited at the time. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Cats, let's go on the anime side. Just now you were talking about it. Like, how do you? You were talking about the anime side.
Yeah.
Of drawings.
So, I only got into anime recently. When I mean anime, it's not just the art style, but started watching anime again recently after years. Yeah, because I have not watched anime for a very long time. The last anime I watched was I really followed up was One Punch Man.
Oh, One Punch Man.
Yeah, but that was like 2016, 17. It was a long time ago.
Right.
So I never really had time to watch and catch up with other anime before this. And then the one that made me start watching anime again was this anime called Demon Slayer, like the one, the lady in my inner arm. So,
Sure.
So, I watched it randomly one time.
2 shots.
One shot.
So
so I watched it randomly. Wow, he be really flexing.
I'm showing off. Flexing.
Wow, he's flexing.
Cukup, 1 shot. Cukup.
Mati pula.
Confirm?
Confirm. Kau tu. Menjal ba, meresli je.
Okay.
So yes, I was watching it randomly one time because I had nothing to do. And I was so mesmerized by the plot, by the art style, and then animation kini dah jauh beza. It's I feel like,
educate me for someone who doesn't really watch anime.
Yeah,
how's it like?
Back then, from how I remember, their animation was still okay lah. I mean, it's still nice. Like for example, there was this one anime that I used to watch when I was in high school. It's called Hunter x Hunter. So the animation at that time, that was in 2011. So the animation at that time, it was considered really good, I think, because if I remember correctly, people were praising the animation. But fast forward to 2021, when I first started Demon Slayer, and then I saw how they did the animation for Demon Slayer. I'm like, wow, what is this? This is a whole new level. And then I was mesmerized by the animation because it looks more, how does it looks cleaner. It's cleaner and clearer. Like it's something I can't explain. Like if you're the kind that admires people putting effort in animation.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that it's really good.
Yeah.
So that's how I started watching anime, because of course for the plot, but at the same time I saw the animation was really good. Then followed by other newer anime like Jujutsu Kaisen.
You're more on the
like
technical side lah.
Yeah, like I really like how they execute it.
Yeah,
Wow, it looks so good.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine, he's not he's an artist as well, but he was invited to do to an anime event, an anime hobby event earlier this year. He's an artist, but he was going there as a Gundam builder. Like they build Gundam, things like that. So I went to visit him with my husband and my friends, and then I saw a lot of cosplay. That was the first time I attended an anime event, like the first time, like a proper anime event, not something that you go like that's like DIY by the school, by a school or uni. But yeah, here that was the first time I attended an anime event. So I saw like it was properly done. And I saw there was like cosplayers, and I saw other merchandise, and then I was like, wow, this is really good.
Yeah.
And then, but there were not many artists there, so I was researching online. So is there any Malaysian anime artists? And then I mean, of course there are. I'm sure there's a lot out there, but maybe I just don't know them because they are from a different community that I've never been involved in before. So I discovered there's this one artist. I think she's based in Selangor. I don't know what's her real name, but her handle is prawn me, like udang, mi udang, like prawn me. Yeah. So she's quite popular. Like she does a lot of anime fan art. She has a lot of international fans as well who actually buy her artwork. She has like an online store for international orders. She has like a Shopee store for Malaysian customers. And then I was thinking, wow, it's very proper,
Right.
Like it's something that, wait, so what if I draw anime fan art and then I plan to sell it? People will actually buy it. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So I experimented. So the next anime event, I registered myself as an artist booth.
Nice.
So I did a lot of. I had to research. I people assume that just because I'm into anime, I know every hot anime out there. It's like, no, man. I really had to like find out what anime is trending right now.
You need to study as well.
Yeah, to study and draw fan arts of those anime,
right,
and then sell them. And then along the way, of course, I will make effort to know about the story lah. Like takkan I will just draw something that I don't know anything about.
Correct.
So at least make effort to know the story.
True.
So I was selling like prints. I was selling tote bags, stickers, and they were selling like hotcakes. My tote bags was like sold out. Some of my stickers were sold out as well. And to be honest, that was the first time that I actually I've experienced having a lot of my artwork
being sold,
being bought a lot. Yeah, because
yeah.
last time when I would sell for other events, I mean they would do well, but not as well as this.
one,
Yeah. So I mean, not trying to take advantage of the anime community,
course,
but I mean, I myself also, like, if I am into something, I will spend a lot of money on something. I have like few figurines at home from Demon Slayer and
Nice.
Jujutsu. Like I bought them and they like cost hundreds. So I was like thinking, like, if I'm willing to spend this much for something that I like and that interests me, so if I do something, if I do fan art of this kind of things that interest people will definitely want to buy it.
Yeah.
So I just try lah, just do. I even made Stranger Things merchandise because that time
Nice.
Stranger Things was a hot thing.
Yeah.
And then everyone was so affected by Eddie Munson. Oh my god, the poor dude. But yeah, so I drew a fan art of him. I made tote bags, and then that was sold out. So from there, I learned that, okay, I think if I want to really make a side income from this, I'm not hoping to get a lot from there, but at least there's like, at least I'm not gonna go home with things. At least I can go home empty-handed rather than going there with the same amount of things and leaving with the same amount of things, So that's how I ended up doing anime fan art. And then it also helps that I also play Genshin. Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact.
So I know Genshin Impact is such a big thing right now,
Mm.
like compared to when it was first released.
Mm.
And I happened to play it as well.
Mm.
So it's actually from that side, it made it very easy for me to draw fan art from that from Genshin Impact. So yeah, like, it's a lot of studying, a lot of seeing what interests people to get people to really get interested in your artwork,
Right.
things like that. Yeah. So
Mm.
right now that's kind of my thing right now lah.
I see. You're more into anime and dabble into it.
Yeah.
A lot of studies to be done.
Yeah, and plus I've never been in this community before.
Mm.
So imagine like all these other people, they know each other, and then there's me. It's like
yeah. It's someone new.
yeah, I'm someone new. I'm a very new person.
Yeah.
So I don't know who you are, you don't know who I am,
Yeah,
but let's
yeah,
just
yeah.
work together.
I mean, that's the beauty of community when you're into something that is, I would say, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the anime scene, especially in drawing scene here in Kuching, is very small.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you have a collective of people who doing all these things, you're like, oh, okay, actually, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
So when I need some advice or some ideas, you can actually talk to them about it, and yeah, I mean to support you in a way.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought, because I'm in an art collective myself, but most of the artists in my collective, they have their own thing going on. They have their own styles and things like that. And I do have my own style. I mean, I don't just necessarily draw anime fan art. I have my own way of drawing things as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I want to do anime fan art, for example, I can't relate it to most of my friends from the collective, because only a few of them are like me. Like, okay, we have our own style, but we can do this.
Okay.
So
Yeah, let's talk about that.
yeah,
Describe your style.
I would say my style is I don't have a concrete way to say it,
Yeah.
but it's a combination. The best way to say it's a combination of everything, every skill I learned and accumulated over the years. It's like but of course my main subjects will usually be humans lah, because I'm not good at drawing other things besides people, because I've only been practicing drawing people all my life.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've done portraits before. Of course, we were just talking about anime fan art. I can draw manga inspired artworks. I can draw cartoons as well.
Right.
Yeah, and then I can combine them I can combine them into a certain way that, you know, it's like a combination of everything. So yeah, and then before this, I used to do a lot of line art. I mean, I would draw. I would heavily rely on using pen, like the art line pens. And then
art line.
art
okay,
line.
the brand.
Yeah.
Brand art line. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of line art lah.
Oh, line.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
So, but a few years ago, I bought myself an iPad to do digital drawing.
Right.
Oh my god, it's so convenient.
How's the transition like from old school to digital?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so convenient, because before I had to invest buying pens, I had to buy papers, I have to buy canvas. It's a lot of money, man. Being an artist is not cheap. So I ended up buying myself an iPad, and then I dabbled into digital drawings. And then apparently you can print it out as a canvas as well. Like you can print like into a canvas.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I just like, if I want to do some drawing, I just bring my iPad. I don't have to bring any sketchbooks or notebooks or whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, those who are still doing traditional artwork, I mean, yeah, go for it. But maybe like for me, because I want something that's practical and that's convenient for myself.
Right.
Yeah, but one thing that spoiled me a lot when I started doing digital artwork. Right now, when I draw on paper, I don't intend to, but I will end up doing a motion on the paper that I want to zoom in on the paper.
Oh.
Yeah, because
yeah,
I'm so used of doing that on the iPad.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when I'm drawing on a piece of paper, like my thumb and my index finger will automatically go on the piece of paper and like do a zoom in motion. Yeah, I was like, what the heck is going on, man?
Yeah.
It's like, no. And
There's
then,
no effect at all. Wait. This is not iPad.
yeah, exactly. And then like, And then the audacity of myself trying to undo a drawing, like I would like double tap. It's like, what the hell is going on, man? It's like, no.
I want to minimize. I want to go Spotify. Wait, this is not iPad.
Exactly. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, this. I guess the software I use is Procreate.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, Procreate, what have you done to me? So
technology, what have you done?
Yeah, technology, what have you done to me? Yeah.
Okay. So, Cats, what differs you than other artists out there? Any style that differs you, or probably, I don't know, techniques or styles that differs you than anyone else?
I wouldn't say like I would have like any particular techniques that makes me better than anyone out there. I feel I still have a long way to go to learn to draw. I don't know. Maybe this is just how I see myself, but like maybe I feel like I'm like a jack of all trades but master of none. Seriously, serious. I feel like I've dabbled into a lot of things. I've done tattooing in the past. I've done murals. I've done paintings. I've done a bit of wood carving as well, even though it's just like a few times only.
Graffitis, have you done?
Yeah, I've done graffitis as well. But none of them, I've never managed to master any of them. It's like I have the experience.
Right.
But when people like ask me like for advice, what can I do to make my technique better? I don't know, man. I just do it. It happens. Like when I do something, nya menjadi. But this I can't explain to people how.
Correct. I understand. I get you on that.
So it's something that is not from skill, but more from like I just happen to know that it will look nice like this.
Yeah.
But if you want me to replicate something similar, but in a different way, like it will be like.
Nearer the mic.
Sorry. Yeah. So it would be like I don't know how to I don't know how to explain to you guys. It just happens.
Yeah. I get you.
You have some ice?
Yeah, sure. Jap, huh?
Can.
All right, Cats. So let's move on to the next question.
Yeah.
I understand that you have a project with your husband, Chris Adam. So mind to share with us about that project of yours?
So we're currently in the progress of opening up an art cafe.
Nice.
Yeah. So the idea came from it was actually a concept that we wanted to do for a long time. And then from my perspective, I was telling my husband, I said, why are there so many like cafes in Kuching? They're like decorated nicely, but the foods are quite on the higher range side, and it's not that it's wrong or anything. I mean, I understand maybe they have to because they have to pay for rent. Maybe the rent's expensive, so obviously I understand that maybe they have to put the price a bit higher lah.
Yeah.
But for me personally, it creates like a barrier for people who want to go there, but they feel intimidated to go there because of the price range. Yeah. So I told my husband, I said, I want to do something like that where it looks very nice and proper. Because from my perspective, this is how I see it lah. But, I could be wrong, but there are two types of tempat makan. If it's a cheap variety, like the one that macam kopitiam, it's gonna be like something like Siang Siang, or Premier Food Court. And then if it looks super nice, like very presentable, very stylish, it's on the higher price range. So it's like there's no in between. So I was telling my husband, why can't we do something that we can incorporate something nice and stylish?
Best of both worlds.
Yes, the best of both worlds. But at the same time, the food is very affordable. Like people can just go there without thinking twice before they spend money there.
Right.
Yeah, and then also the reason why is because we wanted to create like a place where we can have our friends to sell their things there.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not just artworks or anything, but we want to open up business opportunities for other people who let's say like in F&B, for example. Like maybe this person she's good at baking cookies or cakes, and then she can put her stuff there. Or this person is good at making contoh like macam nasi lemak, but they can put their stuff there and people can buy that. So we wanted to create like this I mean, it's not much, but at least there's something so that people can have opportunities to sell their stuff there, things like that. Yeah. And then we want to make it as cozy as we can, as affordable as we can, and then some place where people see the place, it looks very nice. Yeah, see, it looks presentable lah. Yeah, because we're going to decorate the place with our friends and maybe some of mine, our artworks there.
Nice.
But they're all for sale. Like if people want to buy it, they can just buy it. Yeah. So yeah, that we are planning to open it in sometime in the middle of September.
Nice.
Yeah, towards in the middle or towards the end, because it was supposed to open up soon, but because of like some technical errors, so we have to wait for a few weeks. But then by then it's gonna operate lah. But surely by just before the end of September, it will be operating already.
Nice.
So for those who are interested to go,
interested.
the kind of food. So right now what we have is we do have, we have kolomi.
Nice.
Yeah, we do have we have fast food, which is gonna be handled by my husband. So but it's gonna be a non-halal cafe, but we will have food that will be, what do you call it, macam orang akan nekah makanan katsia that is made by Muslims. Like so right now we have somebody, she's a Muslim. She makes like really good nasi lemak, so she's gonna put her food there as well. So those who cannot eat the fast food there, they can opt to
nasi
eat.
lemak.
Yes. So we're planning to expand lah. Like I mean, second lah. Like if we have Muslim friends over, the second lah, they're just gonna eat nasi lemak je kan. So we're planning to expand the menu from there lah. So they don't have to worry about whether it's made in the kitchen, because this is like kira outsourced. So yeah lah. Yeah.
Where is this?
It's behind Crown. Is it Crown Square? The name of that white shopping mall near Gates of Heaven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Area Hockley's, yeah.
Yeah. It's not that far from Hockley, so it's just nearby
Crown
Gates of
Square.
Heaven. Yeah, Crown Square. It's just behind. It's literally just behind Crown Square.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like the moment you go behind Crown Square, you will immediately see it. Yeah. It's like a little corner. It's like a little corner kopitiam shop. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Interesting.
Mm.
I'll be there for sure.
Yes.
I'll
Thank you.
Support
Nice.
you all.
We love a good supporter.
Yes, we support each other, man. That's what family for.
Yeah, just so you guys know that me and Barry, we are technically, legally, we are cousins.
Yeah, legally, yeah.
Because my husband is his cousin.
yeah, we're related.
Yeah, we're related. So yeah, it's family things.
Family things. Yeah. Okay, Kat. I was made to understand that you're also involved with I Love Borneo.
Oh yeah.
How do you juggle in between both?
Wow.
Between both I Love Borneo and
my own personal stuff.
Yeah, personal stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I love Borneo. I mean, I go to. It's a day job for me.
What do you do there at I Love Borneo?
So the official title that I have is I'm a digital content producer. So I produce videos, and also make articles. But right now my primary task at hand is creating articles. So I would write articles about interesting things to do in the city or anywhere within Borneo. I would write about some news that's freshly out, and then maybe like summarize news lah. Let's say like this news portal published and like news, and then maybe it's very long and complicated. So what I would do is I will summarize it and make it compact so that people can understand it better.
Right.
Yeah, and then sometimes I cover on like folklore, tradition, things like that. Yeah, so a lot of research goes into it. Sometimes I will have to interview people. I will ask around just to make sure that the source is right. Yeah, because writing things like that to be published for the public, you really have to be careful about what you put out there, because you do not want to spread misinformation.
True.
Yeah. So I really have to really make sure that if it's something that is important, or even if something like let's say a folklore story, I still need to be sure whether I'm saying it correctly or not. I'm just worried that I just said something wrong like that. But if in the event that something does go wrong, like let's say maybe I wrote something and then there's a bit of a misinformation there, yeah, I would. Usually, how we would do it is that in the article, if somebody corrected us, and then we like discovered we made an error. So what we would do is like in the article we'll update it, but at the very top of the line then we will put the edit, updated, so that people will know that the article has been updated with what do you call it? With the corrected facts. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. How do you juggle between both?
I mean, it's not that for me. Because I see working at I Love Borneo as a day job. I don't really have any problems with juggling with both. It's just a matter of your time management.
Nice.
So usually, what I do is, let's say if I want to do some artwork whatsoever, and then of course I'm busy during the day. But one good thing about working at the company I'm working with, we are very flexible. We don't really have like we do have a fixed time, but we are also very relaxed. So I mean, depending on like let's say we do have projects, of course we'll be stressful lah. But let's say in an event where we don't have much to do, and then we just need to do like just articles or videos or design something, then our work times are our work hours are quite relaxed. So like for me personally, like let's say I have to write 3 articles a day, for example. And then I would have like hours in between that to give me free time to find other content or to research about other content. But let's say I've already researched the other content before this, and I'm just waiting for the time to write it down and publish it. So during that free time, I can use that to just draw something on my iPad. Yeah, but that rarely happens because I usually spend my time at work looking for things to write about. So I would usually reserve those drawing times for at night. Like when I go home after I have my dinner, I spend time with my husband, and then like, okay, we have our own. Let's do our own thing now. So he would do his own thing, and I'll do my own thing, and then on weekends or so is a good time as well. So yeah, right now my life is mostly just work and draw, work and draw, work and draw. Yeah, that's just me.
And with your husband as well.
Yeah. So to say I don't really have to say that I've like kurangkan my social life, not really lah. I mean, I do still make time to have to go out and have fun with friends.
True.
But right now, I think maybe because my priorities now is more for myself. I want to have time for myself.
Yeah. I mean, as time goes by, you kind of need that me time, because work and all that. Sometimes it stresses you up. It takes a whole lot of time. Commanding you to do things that you get tired most of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you need me time for that as well. So what do you usually do for your me time?
For the me time, sometimes, I mean, besides drawing.
Besides drawing, yeah.
So sometimes I do play music as well. Yeah, play music. I used to go to the gym, but now I'm too lazy to go to the gym.
Understand, Sama?
Yeah. But I'm planning to take up boxing soon.
Nice.
Yeah. So once I get the sleeve done, I can finally go.
Ooh, that's a badass one, man.
Yeah.
Once you have the tattoo done, you go boxing. Ooh, style.
Yeah. So I'm planning to. I mean, I've already considered myself registered already. So I'm just waiting for the time for me to get my sleeve done, and then once it's done, I can take up boxing because I'm an active person. So I really like to do things that make me move around a lot. Yeah, because if I were to stay stagnant, I will feel bored easily.
You don't feel productive.
Yes. Yeah. I need to do something.
Same.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really do much during my own free time besides those because I usually like to spend my time finding something to do. Like anything. Like let's say like I'm free, I don't feel like doing what I usually do. And then somebody will like hit me up and say, hey, you wanna hang out? I say, yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, as long as I'm doing something rather than just like
stay at home.
Yeah, do nothing. It's like a waste of time,
Yeah. Especially on weekends, Sundays usually. Macam tomorrow is Monday. Sok kerja. I need to do something.
Yeah, you don't want to waste your like the last weekend doing something.
Correct.
Nothing,
Correct.
Yeah, that's me and Adam. Like, but nowadays Adam's my husband, by the way. So like for us, sometimes we will go camping.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I saw your story.
Yeah, we went to Kampung Sapit a few weeks ago. It's like a little it's like Mumadahnya kampung. Yeah, memang kampung. Tapi the place where we stay is more like cabins. They have little huts. It's like on the mountain. It's like kira on the mountain lah. And you wake up and the first thing you see in the morning is like mountains everywhere with the
overlooking the jungles.
Yeah, it's like so nice, you know. And then because my kampung, I'm from Barrio ba, so that was the closest I could feel from my own kampung. It's like, oh wow, this is Barrio vibes, man. Dang.
Cats.
All right.
I had this conversation with a few of my friends.
Yeah.
We were talking about why should we go to Barrio. And yeah.
Oh, a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Why should we go to Barrio?
I mean, not to toot my own horn because it's my own kampong.
Yeah.
But you know, if you think you've seen it all, you have to go to Barrio. That's all.
It?
Yeah, I mean, like, I love going to people's kampong. I love it because obviously because Barrio is so far away, I don't have the luxury to go back anytime I want.
Yeah.
So every time somebody said, "Jom balik kampung aku, jom let's go kampung." Like let's say I go to Adam's kampung at Kampung Skibang.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love. I love going there. It's like
guys Skibang.
Yeah, malas ko. Yeah. So So I would go there, and then because I just like being surrounded by family members, even though they are, I mean, I'm related to them because I'm married to my husband, but they're still my family, ba. And then I like
how we are now.
Like that. Yeah. So I like being surrounded by family, you know, eating kampong food, you know, especially made by sumo and all these things kan. It's like, wow, this is very nice.
Oh, Bidaya certified dah pakai sumuk lah.
Malas ke?
Sumuk babai.
Sumuk babai.
Yes, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So lah, but even though that I'm grateful that my husband brings me to his kampong to meet your family and things like that kan. But I want to bring him back to my place because I told him, okay, I love your kampong. It's really it's lovely. But if you come to my place, you will want to go back to my kampong even more. So like that, but I mean, I was trying to make it sound like that. Because like in my kampong where I'm from my father's side, my longhouse, we still use longhouses like rumah papan. Yeah, so I'm from Barrio Asal, so it's the closest longhouse. Like when you arrive in Barrio, like the main region. Yeah, so my longhouse is just like what 10 minutes drive from the airstrip. And then, but there are other longhouses beyond that lah also lah, like, but they're like all the way out there in the remote areas.
Right.
Yeah, so you need to have experienced drivers, like 4-wheel drivers to bring you guys there. And then I mean, of course it's modern, you know, we do have like clinics, we do have schools there. But I maybe because it's still remote, that it's still, when you go there, you just still you feel like the place is still untouched by modern technology, things like that. I mean, of course there are cars and things but it's just maybe it's the environment. Because all around you are the mountains, because you're literally in the valley. So like when you look beyond the horizon, there's just mountains and mountains and mountains and mountains.
Yes, macam Kampung Skibang lah.
Kampung Skibang ya lain cerita. So lah. And then and then because you're in the mountains, of course it's very cold. I think the closest temperature, I mean, I've been to Kundasang before. So if you feel cold in Kundasang, Barrio is just as cold as that.
Sama lah.
Yeah, more or less lah. But I think, of course, Kundasang is in a higher region, so maybe Kundasang is a bit colder. But for me, Barrio is so cold at night, I have to sleep with socks on.
Serious?
Yeah, it's very, very cold. During the day, of course, you can still feel the heat, but because of the breeze, then you don't really sweat. I don't know. I feel like I don't really sweat a lot unless I go to the sawah padi and help my grand aunties.
Right.
So lah. Maybe it's just the experience as a whole that makes me want people to go there. Like, I'm not undermining other people's kampong because everyone's kampong is very unique in their own ways.
True.
So, but it's like, I told my husband, thank you for bringing me to your place. I really love your place, but I really hope you can come to my place.
Yeah,
Because otherwise, you're really missing out a lot.
He has not been to
No,
Barrio
not
belum
yet.
lah.
We were planning to go there for Christmas,
Mm.
but we didn't have the time to like really search for flights, because the thing about going back to my kampong is to go there by land, it's difficult lah. It's difficult because
Time taxing.
yes,
Yeah.
because you need to have experienced drivers. Sebabnya pakai jalan balak bah.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Mesti dah Hilux.
Yes, Hilux. And it cannot be just any Hilux. Memang Hilux yang memang khas for off-road pun.
Yeah.
And then, so the only safest way to go there is by flight. But because the flights are limited, like Barrio only has like 3 flights a day, and they're all in the morning, like morning, mid-morning, and afternoon. Anything beyond that, they cannot fly because the wind will be too strong. Yeah. So
Must wings.
yes, the Twin Otter. Yeah.
Twin Otter.
So when people want to go over, they have to pick their flights lah. So sometimes, because kind of Twin Otter is very small,
Yes.
so of course seats are limited, flights are limited.
Yeah.
So that is like the one of the barriers for people to easily buy a flight ticket like at the last minute. Like a lot of people, I've experienced being on the what's the list? There's a list for it. What do they call that list? It's like a standby list lah. Yeah, like in case somebody doesn't make it, like doesn't end up not taking the flight, then we'll be the next in line to get there. Yeah.
Ada juga macam mana?
Ada. So if you plan to go back, like let's say you want to go there on this particular day, but the flight is full, but you really insist to go on that day, you have to be on the standby list.
I see.
Yeah, so you just wait in case somebody doesn't end up taking the flight, then you take their place. So yeah, imagine just going there like hoping somebody is not like anybody going, or you guys are all going. Okay, I have to go back.
So you have to be there lah.
Yeah, I have to be there.
You will not be informed through SMS call.
No. I mean, from my experience, I have to be there.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to make sure, because if that person ends up not going, then I will take that person's place.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, ada je macam miao.
Ada.
Baru tahu
Oh.
I see.
That's right. So it's not easy lah. If you want to go there, you have to go there. Like if you want to go there, you have to book your flights in advance.
I see.
Yeah, like months before if can lah.
Yeah. I see. Alright. This would be the last 2 questions.
Nice.
Okay, Cats. Any takeaway messages to the aspiring artists out there, especially those who couldn't see drawing as a career, or have to sideline the passion for a quote-unquote real job, you know? Because kau mau jadi artis macam ni, macam duit dia artis so ada sih duitnya. Yeah.
Okay, this one's gonna be a bit controversial lah.
Yeah.
But you don't mind lah if I say this kind of.
I don't mind.
Sure. All right, so I do know a lot of people who, people are divided on this topic. You know, some people say you need money to do things, and some people be saying money is not everything. You know, both is valid lah.
Yeah.
But back then, maybe 5-6 years ago, I would believe that money is not everything. So screw it, I'm gonna do what I want to do in my life. I want to be an artist, whatsoever. But where I'm standing right now, I maybe if you are willing to, maybe you can change that mindset by saying like, if I have extra, then it can help me more, like that. So the reason why I'm still working a day job is because it's not that I can't make a living out of being a full-time artist. I mean, if I choose to, maybe I can.
Yeah.
But there's also a possibility that maybe I can't. Yeah. So we have to be realistic in that. Yeah. And then knowing where we live,
So
yes,
Kuching.
not just I think as a whole, the Malaysia as a whole, you know, there's still not a lot of appreciation to the arts compared to, I mean, let's say let's use the closest region, for example, like Indonesia.
Yeah.
You know, they have a thriving art scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have a thriving art scene, and then but over here, you know, if you want, there's still not much appreciation. I do know, I mean, people do appreciate it, and I'm glad that a lot of people are starting to show that they appreciate it. But kata kasarnya, I mean, dalam bahasa Melayu lah, mun setakat kau padah kau menghargai je benda ya, tapi kau si support dalam cara lain pun saya dah guna juga.
Segini-gini.
Yang umpama kedak kau just bagi exposure je. But you're still not helping that person to pay the bills.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Ya macam scenario macam tu. Okay, aku break kau exposure je, tapi aku bayar kau lah. Sebab sepatut pakai exposure kau bah. Je.
Yalah.
Tapi it doesn't pay the bills.
Yeah, it doesn't pay the bills. So I struggled a lot when I was a full-time artist. Like there were times when I really make money, I really make money.
Yeah.
But there are times when I don't have anything at all. Yeah.
Really don't.
Yeah. So it's not a consistent thing. But unless you have your thing going on, then very probably it's consistent. So to be a full-time artist, to be honest lah, for me lah, it's not for everybody, but it can be achievable if you really know how to maneuver yourself to make it to a point where people have no other choice but to find you. Yeah. So if you are still able to, if you still have the time to, maybe you can like just work a daytime job if you can lah. I mean, I'm not forcing you. If you want, if it's up to you really. Like for my personal reason is why I'm still working is because whatever I make from my day job, it actually helps me to upgrade my equipment better. Like if it's not if I'm not working, I wouldn't be able to buy myself an iPad. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get myself other stuff to help me with my artwork, things like that. I mean, that's how I see it now lah. But
you wouldn't get your iPhone.
I wouldn't get my iPhone. Me and my 2 phones. Wow.
I have 2 phones too. Then.
Yeah. So it's a very subjective thing lah. Like some people are meant to work on their own, like bukan jadi pekerja orang, and I respect that. And I'm totally fine with that. I mean, if I had the ability to do that, I would, but I don't. So I chose to be someone who works so that I have enough for me to pursue my hobbies, like that. But those who want to live their life as a full-time artist thing, it's going to be very difficult lah. That's all I can say. It's very, very difficult. It's not easy.
Especially when you're in Kuching?
Yes, it's not easy. It's not something that you can do in a fortnight. You know, I can use an example, for example, like Leonard Xiao, the muralist.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a very talented artist. Yeah. And then I think there's not a lot of muralists in Kuching. Kuching itself that's on the same level as him. Yeah. So obviously, he's just an acquaintance of mine, so I don't know how he operates. Like, does he work during the day or whatsoever? Yeah. But last I remembered was he does it full time. So because of his skill set, that makes him very valuable. Like when people think of making murals, the first thing they think of is him. Yeah. So of course he has his own thing going on over there. Yeah. So of course he can pursue it full time because he has something that makes people want him. So if you want to do art full time, you have to find something that makes people approach you and want you, and get your for you to provide your services often, so that you are not you at least you have something going on in the end of the month lah, for you to pay the bills lah.
Yeah. Sure. I understand, man. Yo, Pringles. Yes.
Nice.
Lambat buka. I forgot about the Pringles. Shit.
I didn't even know we have Pringles.
Yeah, because I'm hungry as well now. Which is, I totally understand on your part, because I mean, probably wrong to say this lah, but correct me if I'm wrong, but the podcasting scene in Kuching is very small. And it's hard for me to actually exchanging ideas and thoughts and whatnot. And also at the same time, because how small it is, it's I'm not the podcasting scene here is not as big as KL. So if you want to do broadcasting, the safest and the best way is for you to just pursue in KL, because you have tons of opportunities there. But because you're in Kuching, you can't expand more. And I understand on your part, just when you said you want to do it full time, but you can't, because you need to sustain the equipments, you need to buy your iPad, you need to buy whatever that's necessary. Yeah. And that's for me, on my part as well, because if I don't do my full-time job, no offense, boring as a lab assistant, I will not have the money to buy all these equipments that I need. Yeah. Which is
paling senang lah, susah kamu jadi full-time artist kat Kuching. In Sarawak lah as a whole. It's very hard.
True.
It's not for everybody. And then those who decide to still try, I mean I respect you. I mean you have the guts, I don't. Like for me, I can't be a full-time artist because I don't have the skills that make people want to find me often.
Right.
Yeah, so I ended up taking a daytime job. But for my part, not many people are lucky, but for me, my daytime job gives me freedom, a lot of freedom. The management, my bosses, my colleagues, they're all very great people. Yeah. And then my salary itself is also comfortable enough.
Boleh lah.
Yeah, boleh lah. So I'm just lucky. I have the best of both worlds. My job makes me happy. And because it makes me happy, it gives me a good salary that helps me to pursue my hobby. Yeah. So I know not many people are lucky. You know, some people are not happy with their jobs, but what to do lah? I mean, yalah reality diam kat situ lah.
Yeah. Which is a reality when you live in Kuching. I mean, for you to sustain your hobby, sometimes you need a full-time job that you don't like, but to support your hobby, your part-time hobby.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then, like just as Barry said, like you were saying that, like you'll find better opportunities if you're in KL, which is true. Because I know a lot of artists from Borneo, like Sabah, Sarawak. They ended up going to KL to pursue their interests. So it's true lah. I mean, at least in KL, the appreciation is there. And then over here, like the appreciation, we do have the appreciation here. We do, yes, we do. Yeah. But it's still not enough. Yeah, it's still not enough to help us to grow, to expand ourselves. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you want to go full time, probably go KL. I mean, opportunities are plenty there. Because there's no way for you to do part time. I mean, there's no way for you to do full time here in Kuching.
But yeah, I mean, it's true, because it's, I mean, people would least expect me to say this, but I mean, like what? Cats is not promoting people to quit their jobs, and then I'm like, no, I want you to have financial security, man.
Yeah, true.
I want you to, you know, to be financially secure so that you can, like, buy things that can help you expand your hobby. Yeah, that's how I see it. Like I know maybe some people, some artists who are very steadfast with their beliefs, maybe they will not agree with me, and it's fine. I respect that.
Yeah,
you know, like I'm not saying that if they want to live like that, it's wrong, but it means that they can live like that. Yeah. Like not many people can live like that. Like some people memang jenis pandai cari duit bah. Aku memang jenis yang, you know, I will gelisah like that. Like my husband is the kind of person that can find money on his own way. So if I had that skill, I probably won't be working. But the thing is, I don't have that skill. So I have to work. So yeah lah, it's quite a unpopular opinion for an artist to like say like, oh, you gotta work, you know, like that. Like mine is more like, I'm saying it because it's just out of rationality.
Correct.
Yeah.
You have to be logical.
You have to be logical. Like if you want to follow your heart, can. But you have to understand the consequences from that. Yeah. So for me, to be financially secure, you don't have to be rich at all or anything. At least you're financially secure.
Correct.
For you to pursue your hobbies. That's what I'm trying to relay lah, convey what I'm trying to say, so that people can understand, and I hope they don't misunderstand me.
True. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Cats. So we are finally on the last question. We're gonna wrap things up. So where can we find you, Cats? Shout out your social media accounts and here the B camera.
So if you guys want to follow me, I'm active on Instagram. You can follow me at Keds. It's KEDSSS. And I'm also on TikTok for some reason. But then again, that's where like all the fun videos are. So you can follow me on TikTok, which is at Keds, KEDS, the artist, THE artist, ARTIST, and on Twitter at Keds KEDS BK. Yeah, I don't use the same handles for all three because I mean I do have Facebook as well, but I'm not active there, and I'm planning to open an online shop soon as well.
Nice.
Yeah, to sell my own art merchandise there whatsoever. But I also have I've collaborated with Essen as well, Essen Clothing. Yeah, so I have some of my shirts there as well. You guys can check them out. It's under Cats, like the collection. And then I think that's about it. Yeah, this is where you guys can find me. So you guys will probably see me a lot at anime events, because right now I'm just like trying to get to know the anime community and like, you know, building connections with people there. So I'll be at this one event at Arrowville. Yeah, so it's gonna be on the 30th September until the 2nd October. So if you guys want to come over and, you know, see my stuff, if you're into anime, because I'm gonna draw a lot of anime fan art, a lot of my anime merchandise, you guys can come over and check. Yeah.
Right. So yay, that's the session that we had with Cats Kedung Ballang.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the gin and tonic.
No worries. We can have more after this.
Nice.
And
spilling the tea.
Yes, spilling the tea. Some teas. We have a lot of teas. Not tea, but gin and tonic this time.
Yeah. Spilling the gin and tonic.
Yes, spilling the gin and tonic. So yeah, that's the end of episode 11 with Cats Kedung Ballang. Subscribe to channel The Barryanakbarim Podcast on YouTube. You can follow me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, The Barryanakbarim Podcast, and follow my socials on Instagram at The Barryanakbarim. See you in the next video. Ciao.